The Giants are on the road to face the Chargers. It's only their 13th matchup since 1971, as LA looks to make it 5 in a row in the series. Week 14 is headed your way. Next.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Chargers. As always, with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, our two quarterbacks in this one, both in new situations here in 2021. Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater.
And Brandon, I think for most of us, change can be a little bit scary, a little bit unsettling, but I think for both of these guys, change is going to be a good thing. They get a fresh start, clear out some of their negative thoughts, just go out and play football again. New situations, new opportunities.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led by Teddy Bridgewater in his 8th season now in the NFL.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
right? 2 touchdown passes last week. 2
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 21 carries, 90 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line. Every time they go to the bench, you tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Brings up the 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Bridgewater. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Jalen Waddle deep to return it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. They'll be led out by their 24-year-old quarterback in his 4th season from USC, a former 3rd overall pick, Sam Darnold.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Darnold's throw taken in by Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Darnold running the option to the right side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. The option to give to Williams here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Faking the give, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. They'll set up the screen for Eno Benjamin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing again is Darnold. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Darnold completes it. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead.
The losing streak can take on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action. Bridgewater finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
13 more yards. That's another Chargers first down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Giants' 35-yard line.
Play fake. Bridgewater. Space to run past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
At the 10-yard line.
A carry here for Hunt. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Bridgewater to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Crosby is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 8. On 2nd down now. It's Williams. And he went backwards. They'll be down at the 30. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Joey Bosa. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's fourth down. And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays.
And I think the ball's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. Huge play by the defense. Not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Byron Pringle now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a give, right side. Benjamin. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Working with his 2nd and 4. They'll run with Hunt. He'll get 3 up to midfield. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Bridgewater now from the 50. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Jack Fox now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Play action. It's Darnold. Hooking up over the middle with Herndon. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 28.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The tackle made by
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the ground, Benjamin. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than... Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there for L.A. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Play action now, Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buddy Johnson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On first down, it's Darnold. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On third down, here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Final play and a half. Bridgewater. But he's got Dorsett complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense trots back onto the field, and we shine our Madden spotlight on Sam Darnold. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Allen Alex Highsmith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Bridgewater going to keep it running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Darnold on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And now another one thrown incomplete. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. This is Hunt. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 12. They run with Hunt. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll get this out wide to Penny. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. New York's offense back out there and set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
going to get it again on second down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. More from L.A. in a moment. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he will have a Giants first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Faking the give, Darnold. This one swung out to Williams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Second down, here's an option right. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The LA offense ready for this next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. That weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Bridgewater. Dorsett making the catch.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And this is incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Bridgewater.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game, they get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10. On the run is Benjamin.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field.
More from L.A. in a moment.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Benjamin's got it. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Off the option, here's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Finding Herndon here on the completion. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he returns this to the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And even 100 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run again with Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30.
On the draw, this is Penny. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Bridgewater now. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Darnold from the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
L.A. readies for its next possession. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Pushing. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 11. 130 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now Hunt. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action yet. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Darnold to throw. Able to find Boykin. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run again with Hunt, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
But Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end, we win. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So, for the Chargers, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9.